What's happening, everyone? It's your boy Ed from TechSource. Welcome back to Setup Wars episode 227, Clean Edition. That's right, we're going to be taking a look at some clean setups on the show. And if you guys want to participate, make sure to watch the video, link down below. But with that said, say it with me, sit back, relax, because it's time for Setup Wars. If you guys want to pick up a fresh Windows 10 Pro CD key, then make sure to click the link below and visit yourcdkey.com. You guys can grab one for less than $15 using my code TS20 at checkout. Talk about clean. Damn. Kicking out the show is Brent, aka 5% Gamer, and his extremely clean setup. I could stare at this for days. He's a business analyst from New Zealand that built this awesome entertainment room for himself and his family. On one side is a tiny little arcade setup with a few wall shelves holding up collectibles, and on the other side of the room is the main battle station. He's got triple displays mounted against the desk, which consists of custom countertop and the Ikea drawers for support. I'm absolutely loving what he did with his wall using different color acoustic panels. So check this out. There's a company out there called Altex Composite, and they basically sell rolls of acoustic panels in a bunch of different colors. You pick the color you like and the length you want. After they arrive, you can cut them into any design or shape you want. I think Brent absolutely killed it with his tricolor design. And this is definitely an awesome way of not only soundproofing your studio or workspace, but also adding a bit of decoration at the same time to spice up your setup. He kept the colors neutral so that it blends in perfectly with his setup's color scheme. And I feel like there is a nice balance between all the colors in this setup. For peripherals, he's rocking the Asus ROG Claymore keyboard paired with the Gladius 2 mouse. This setup is so clean that it doesn't even have speakers. Brent either uses the audio from the monitors or he puts on the GSP500 headset. The PC powering the main setup is a beautiful custom water-cooled system in the Lianli O11 Dynamic. We got the 8700K paired with an Asus Strix 3080. But I got a feeling you're gonna want to pick up the new 3080 White series after it's out. The setup actually has two more stations. There's a laptop powered one in the corner and another one hooked up to a smaller PC, which I don't have any pictures of, sadly. Cable management, as expected, is flawless. I can only guess the amount of cable extensions that were used to channel all the cables from one side of the table to the other. No raceways were used, but he did hook up plenty of cable clips to help with the routing all the way into the cable rack on the other side. I think Brent did an awesome job on the planning and execution of this setup. I like that he didn't let the acoustic panels get in the way of installing Nanoleaf panels as well. Such an awesome and creative setup to start the show. Thank you, Brent, for entering. Coming in number 2 is Graham, making a return from episode 226. See how much of a difference the desk makes? Even though he had 4 monitors previously, his current setup looks so much better. This was the point I was trying to make before, that choosing a right desk makes all the difference. Anyways, Graham's new setup is looking fresh with that new Karlby countertop, which also matches the wall shelves and fits in a lot better than the previous teacher desk he had. I'm loving the rustic vibe of this new setup. It looks so good with all of that greenery. You know, some setups definitely go overboard with the fake plants, but Graham did a great job spacing it out, and even the wall shelves have some for that consistency. He completely ditched all 4 of his previous displays for 2 new 27-inch monitors, a 144Hz from Dell for gaming and a 75Hz from Asus as the secondary. He's using the same Logitech G305 mouse, but it looks like he built himself a new custom keyb. We got the 60% Walnut case, Gateron yellow switches, and 68 gray dye sub keycaps from KBDfans. I just love how the case matches the countertop with a black mousepad in between for that added contrast. Nicely done. For audio, he's still rocking the same Aviator dynamic headphones, but he picked up a new mic and speakers. Unlike the last setup where he hooked up the speakers to the back of the monitors, these new JBL ones are too big for that, so he placed them sideways on the desk instead. Had the desk been a bit wider, you could have sandwiched your monitors with them, or if you really want to, move the desk to the right a bit and add floor stands on both sides of your desk. But personally, I think it looks better this way. Just make sure to add some acoustic panels under it. Cables are managed perfectly with the help of some raceways and bonus points on adding that pencil drawer under the desk for that extra storage. One thing that hasn't changed is the gorgeous custom PC. Other than a few extra leaves in there, we still got the 9600KF and a GTX 1660 Super, which he painted in white to stay consistent to the theme. Also, more bonus points on that clean cable management for the PC. Graham's setup is the prime example that you don't need any flashy RGB to build such a good looking and clean setup. Thank you so much for being an active member on the Discord, and thanks again for coming back on the show. Coming in number 3 is someone that didn't list their name, so I'm just gonna call her or him unknown. Now normally this submission would get automatically rejected because of that, but I'm feeling a bit jolly, so I'll make an exception. There is no doubt this setup is really clean and minimalistic. Hell, even his chair is minimalistic. We got a mostly white color scheme on top of the Ikea Lindemann tabletop and Alex Jorg combo. For peripherals, he kept things simple with the RK61 keyboard with custom keycaps and the Razer Atheris wireless mouse. I can't help but feel like your monitor is positioned really low. It doesn't seem like you're taking advantage of that flexible arm at all. If you were to tilt the monitor slightly up, it would make a huge difference as the angle of the monitor wouldn't cause as much strain to your eyes and neck. Cables are beautifully managed under the desk with the help of some big and small raceways, which is actually the first time I'm seeing on the show. And I love that he went with white raceways to stick with the white theme that No Name was going for. I'm curious actually, if No Name is that dedicated to the white color scheme to use white raceways, why didn't he go with a white monitor arm or bother skinning either the laptop or monitor in white as well? I feel like there were some missed opportunities there, especially considering the PC is also mostly white. You got the Ryzen 5 3600 paired with the RX 5700 XT. Such a clean build. I also noticed you stated in the notes that you are using the integrated speakers from the Scepter monitor. Are you good, bro? You can find a bunch of quality headphones for cheap on Amazon, like the Sony ZX headphones that go for only 10 bucks. It's definitely worth investing in some good headphones so that you don't rely on the crappy built-in speakers of the monitor. Whoever you are, you built a pretty sweet minimalistic gaming setup. Thank you for entering, but next time, please fill out the form completely. This next setup from Simon definitely has to be the thumbnail of the video. It is just way too clean. I feel like it's washing my eyes the more I look at it. Simon assembles garage doors for a living, and this is the setup he uses for competitive and casual gaming. It looks like both monitors are mounted to the Ikea Malm desk. He's rocking a 27-inch 144Hz monitor as the main display with a 22-inch in vertical mode as a secondary. You gotta appreciate his dedication to the monochrome color scheme. Every single gear, including his chair, is either in white or black or somewhere in between. We got the HyperX Alloy Origins keyboard with the white HyperX pudding keycaps paired with the G305 wireless mouse. It's awesome to see those creative Pebble speakers considering I recently featured them in my Cool Tech Under 25 video. But he also uses a pair of Arctis 7s in white as his other audio source. Some other things on the desk include his PS4 controller in the center and a KAWS figurine for that tiny bit of personalization. Speaking of which, that's a really good photo you took of yourself holding Jordans. It fits perfectly with your setup. The Ikea Malm comes with a rack underneath, which he took advantage of for cable management, and bonus points for wrapping the cables behind your PC as well. Finishing off with the awesome custom PC he built in the Fantex P600S. We got the 10600K paired with the Gigabyte RTX 2070 Super White Edition. Simon even painted the black panels in the case to stick with the setup's theme. That right there is dedication. Such a clean looking build to complement a clean setup. Thank you, Simon, for entering. Wrapping up the episode is vezdan's setup from Austria. This setup looks like it belongs in a museum with that elegant looking corner desk. I find it pretty funny that he's using a corner desk without actually being in a corner. vezdan has been on the show a long time ago, but since then has made some improvements. He's still using the same 27-inch gaming monitor from LG, however he did get new peripherals. He's now using the Corsair K95 Platinum keyboard and M65 RGB Elite gaming mouse. He also has a new set of audio gear, the Beats Mixer headphones hanging from the Corsair ST100s, and a pair of Logitech X230 speakers. The biggest upgrade, however, is definitely the PC. He picked up a new case and tossed in the 9900K with a Gigabyte GTX 1070 Ti. Damn. One of the many things I love about this setup is the many forms it can take. Having neutral colors like this means he can change up the theme to whatever he wants with a click of a few buttons. This setup is still one of my favorite minimalistic setups to date. Thank you, vezdan, for coming back on the show. And that wraps up today's episode. As always, comment down below on which of these setups was your absolute favorite, and consider dropping a like before you head out, as it does help out the channel a ton. And if you're somehow new here, consider subscribing because I do host Setup Wars every single Monday. I love you beautiful nose hairs. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in the next one.